Hi, it's New Year's Eve when I'm filming this, so you'll be probably watching this a couple of weeks later. I'm not sure yet when I'm going to post it, but it's also my birthday, and I've reached the big 40, so I'm, could say middle-aged man, which is funny, and I actually feel it in a way because I've got, my life feels a lot more responsible, and last night as I fell asleep, kept awake by some toothache, perhaps brought on by aging. I just felt, despite the toothache, I felt it was really beautiful just acknowledging where I am, like taking stock of my life. And I just felt grateful actually for the teachers I've had in my life, for my colleagues, the people I work with, my boss, um, for my parents for setting things in motion in the first place. Yeah, and grateful also for my friends and obviously for my partner as well. It was just really nice to go through these things and just feel like I was making an inventory of the things that are most vital in my life. And 2016 has been a really wild year politically, of course. And I don't know whether you've had your own dramas or traumas in 2016 apart from what's been happening in the wider world. I just remember when I did my Chinese New Year assembly at a school where I was teaching this time a year ago, and it's the Year of the Monkey, which it still is now for a bit longer. And the Year of the Monkey, one of the things that was predicted was that people who just aren't afraid to go out on a limb and try something will be successful. So it's a year where you don't have to worry and always try and collaborate with others to be successful in life and achieve things, but take some risks and do some shit and see what happens. And so that kind of boosted my confidence because I knew I'd be going part time. So it really is, things really have gone full circle. You'll see why, because I left first of all going part time, not sure, wanting to work on my novel, not sure if I would do any writing, not quite sure of personal life or if I'd ever have a family, not sure about where the money was going to come from, and thinking that maybe I would leave teaching. And yet things have really come full circle because it looks like I might be buying a house after all that sort of anti-property rant I had. Because I'll tell you maybe one day how I might have managed that legally, just. Also, obviously, as I've mentioned before, the coming fatherhood and a wedding, that sort of thing, really important stuff in life. Plus, I've recently, as I keep saying, I've had a job offer, which is to go into a school again, actually, as a full-timer. But this time I will be responsible for helping people, just generally sort of helping people to get a bit creative, promoting learning and teaching that can be more expressive. And that's going to be quite exciting for me. Really exciting. And I'll be honest, I've really missed my pupils. And sometimes I've passed one in the street or I've had a message, and that's been really been really special every time, and I've just reconnected with them. And also I've had a couple of pupils in school just saying to me, wish you were around in school more, or really nice to see you, and that's obviously really moving, and it's a big perk of doing such a people-focused job. My arm is getting really tired. So yeah, that's been it's been nice to realise that having wanted to just literally have a break and do something completely different, somehow I might be finding my way back to it. So who would have thought that? It was not even that long ago, it was just over half a year ago since I went part-time. I was actually getting really quite lonely doing these projects alone at home with my computer all day long. And they've been very creative. But I've learned from that I really enjoy interacting. I enjoy sort of motivating people and just being more dynamic than sitting in front of a computer all day on my own. Grim as hell sometimes. Lastly, I really didn't know how to celebrate today. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not drunk, not even tipsy. Haven't drunk any alcohol all day, and it's New Year's Eve. Fireworks are about to go off, and I really, really don't envy the party goers right now. I hope you don't think I'm really, really boring because of this, but well, you can. That's fine if you want to, but it's just this thing of the desperation. You know, all the Christmas nights have passed. Just in my own experience, I've often felt this desperation that New Year's Eve has got to be something amazing, and well, I always find it's a massive come down compared to the other holy nights before it. And I just thought if I don't have a massive 40th party, then that's a bit sad. And I really didn't know what to do, and partly because I've been so busy, I noticed that some of my friendships I haven't really nurtured enough, and that's quite sad for me. Like really realizing that that I have to start afresh somehow. But somehow it's a bit like cleaning out your house. I think turning 40, you begin to realize what things really matter for you in your life, and what things perhaps are wonderful, but maybe you don't need, aren't serving you in the same way as they once were. So instead, I thought, well, if I don't have a massive party, because I don't really want to I didn't like this. I didn't want this thing of like, oh, it's my 40th. I'm going to get rat-assed or shit-faced. I just decided I'm going to have a low-key party. We'll just invite a few friends, and whoever wants to come can. If they don't, I won't be offended if it's just a small handful of close friends. We're going to drink tea, hang out, and go for a really nice walk, which we did today. And I also thought before, though, if I do that, it's almost better not to have a party at all than to do that, because people might just feel. I've got some friends who do like to party really hard, and fair play. I've partied before, and I feel like that they're going to think it's a bit odd. But one of the beauties of growing older is that you just don't care so much anymore what people think. And although some people think I'm quite crazy and extrovert, and therefore probably don't care what people think, it's probably masking actually the fact that I am probably much more self-conscious than people realise, and which is, that's okay. I think everybody's probably pretty self-conscious underneath to some degree. So, yeah, that party today was just heavenly. Just having people around me who I love, not off their faces, so that I can communicate with them in a real heartfelt way and they can reciprocate. Simple pleasures. It's weird having toothache as well, because at 40 I recognise, our bodies are all growing older, and it just made me really feel it. And I've got a lot of grey hair now as well, and it's quite nice being okay with that, finding a place to not miss perhaps where I was before, and to embrace somehow the new phase, and which I'm sure we're all going to be embracing a pretty new phase next year globally, and you will be, based on your hopes and plans for the next year. So this has been a bit of a ramble because it's quite late in the evening and I'm a bit weary. But thank you so much for listening to what I had to share, and I wish you well. God, if he exists, bless you.